Hello, lovelies. It's G here from Golden Thread Tarot, and I'm here to bring you another channeled message. I hope this message has found you blessed and full of abundance as always, my sweets, okay? So let's go ahead and jump in. So I think that some of you out there, okay? Now, this is not going to resonate for all of you, okay? Because I understand some of you are a little bit more like traditionally religious. Not all of you like work with the energies of like gods and goddesses and deities and things like that, right? So if you do, I do definitely believe that some of you have a goddess energy here working with you. Now, she is trying to help you. Okay, so she's coming forward really strong now, especially if you work with. I think this goddess is coming forward to teach you about loyalty and romance, chivalry, and honor. Honoring yourself and expecting a certain level of love or expecting a certain level of honor around the people around you. And I really feel like this entity could be helping you to learn about, well, yes, I already talked about that, self-love, self-respect, and then also how you how she doesn't want me to say it that way, because I was going to say how you allow people to treat you, but it's really not like, it's like noticing the way that people treat you and either giving them access more or less or cutting off access to you based on how they treat you and the type of love that they have given you or that they do give you. I also think that she could be working with you a lot really heavily around like healing some kind of mother or father or parent wound from your past, especially around getting some kind of very kind of toxic type of love or being taught a toxic type of love. Now, for some of you, I'm hearing the goddess Sekhmet, so let that resonate as it does. You could be be taught about how to understand like your sacred anger energy, okay? I definitely feel like she is here helping you with this exorcist card. I definitely feel like she is here helping you break out of toxic patterns from your past, freeing yourself and others of destructive impulses. Yeah. So there is some kind of shadow energy around this type of love. It could be around choosing certain types of lovers or accepting certain types of love that you were normalized to. That doesn't mean that it's healthy, right? So I really feel like she's here exercising, and I also feel like she is here teaching you more about whoever this god or goddess is, or you know, yeah, because some of you could be working with like a non-gender conforming god or goddess. You might be working with a god or goddess that likes to switch genders or switch roles. I know what. No, I don't know. I don't know enough about that to speak on it, but I think it sounds vaguely familiar. But like I said, I don't know enough to speak on it, so I'm not going to put anything out there. But you know what you're talking about, okay? Um, so, Athena. Some of you might be working with Athena too. Not that she was necessarily, but she defied kind of traditional gender roles is what I'm hearing, like being like a goddess of like she wasn't really like of war, but anyway, some of you might be working with Athena. Okay, so that just came up. Anyway, I also feel like this god or goddess, this presence, this deity that you're working with, or this spirit that you're working with, is also helping to remove any kind of like lack mentality around money, or like hoarding money, or having some kind of like block around money. There is something here about some kind of connection to the type of love that you were shown in the past, and allowing in a certain amount of like, there is a correlation here between what I am worth, what I feel like I am worth based on the love that I was shown in the past. And there is some kind of, some kind of tie to your abundance or tie to your finances there. Because very deep subconsciously, there is this kind of block that she's trying to help you overcome around understanding like, you do deserve to be treated like, like a king or a queen. You do deserve to be, you do deserve to be with a person or to have people around you who really like uplift you. For some of you, this goddess is saying like you deserve to have people that like worship you, but they're not doing it in the sense of like, oh, all people should bow down. It's not that kind of thing, but it's like, especially if you have a god or goddess that is really working with your sacral energy, it's kind of this energy of like the person that you're with should worship you the same way that you worship them. There should be this kind of equal give and take of, I give to you, I show gratitude for having you in my life. I don't hesitate to give and to acknowledge and to um just show up for you. So there is this kind of like, I recognize the God in you, I recognize the goddess in you, I recognize, God in you, I recognize your divinity, I recognize that within you, and I praise it. And because of that, I treat you with a certain level of dignity because I recognize that inside of you. So there is something around that. Yeah. Some of you also have like some kind of like trickster spirit around you as well. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but it stood out to me, so I'm gonna say something. So let's pull some more tarot, or let's pull some tarot period, and get some more. Yeah, there's something here around feeling denied, like celebrating accomplishments. You might have a lot of people, you might have had or have a lot of people around you that kind of, oh, you can't do that, or you'll never accomplish that, or okay, or if you do accomplish something, it's like, yay, okay, good for you. Anyway, that kind of like downplaying minimizing who you are, minimizing your successes, or yeah, is some kind of energy around that. Tell me more about this. Wow. What lesson is it that we are to learn here? 8 of Swords. It's an illusion, right? This is an illusion that you have been fed, or that you have been taught since you were younger, or since you had this relationship with this person, or since this event happened for you. Okay, this tower moment happened for you, that they kind of tried to put this kind of thought process that you deserve less inside of you, whatever happened. But Spirit is saying it is a mental illusion, right? It is, you're not really trapped in this place. You're not trapped having this mindset. You're not trapped feeling this way about yourself. Actually, exactly. Exactly. Actually, Queen of Pentacles, you are extremely abundant, and you have yeah. There's this kind of energy here of like you not seeing yourself clearly as well. And maybe that is because Spirit put a lot of people around you who, or maybe in the past you've had a lot of people around you that Spirit had to blind your worth from them. That's more like this Midas energy right here, right? Because there was some people that really didn't need to see your true worth, right? Because then these people would have attached themselves to you. They might have tried to use you or abuse you. That might have already happened. But it would have been even worse if these people had known the places that you were going, or the heights that you will reach in your life. You might have had a lot of very like greedy, or a lot of like, oh, always having their hand out, always wanting to take and take and take, a lot of taker energy around you. Okay. The Spirit is saying that, yeah, you needed to learn how to overcome that. Okay. Some of you might have been working specifically like with a Leo energy, or might have been working with, yeah, I mean, maybe you were working with that person, or maybe you are working with that person, maybe in the past. Yeah, there was, yeah, Ace of Cups. I do think that you are having a brand new beginning here. Um, But I think you found your strength throughout all of this, throughout all of these like trials and tribulations, if that's what you want to call it. I really feel like you found your strength. You found your new strength. You found something inside of you that made you want to rise above. Okay. Yeah, so I had notes here. Yeah, you have made a choice to leave someone or something behind. This person or this mindset, this thing, whatever it is dark, and Spirit is protecting you from them. Walk forward in the knowledge, knowing that you are that you are walking into your future, and it is firmly in your past. They will only be a part of your future if you choose to engage with their energy. And the number 61 and the number 53 could be very significant. Okay. Um, yeah, so 7-7. So it both lays out to 7-7. So King of Wands. So again, more with this like Leo energy, or more with this like kind of like fire energy here. Let me something had flipped. Oh, High Priestess. Yeah. So you listened to your intuition, and your intuition told you to walk away because this from the past was not good for you. Somebody here in your past just didn't want you to see your value or didn't want to see your worth. They saw it, but they didn't want you to see it. Okay? Or it could be this kind of just like kind of like prideful energy, or it could be this kind of like ego-based energy here. No, like no hating on any Leos out there, especially those that are out here supporting my channel. I appreciate you guys, and some of you guys can be very lovely, 100%, right? But there's dark people that are out there that are everything, right? Let's see. What else? The Fool. Yeah, so I do think you've gone inside and you've found this new strength inside of yourself to move on. Some of you are being encouraged by Spirit to journal it out, to get it down, to write about it, to, even if it's just to, um, even if it's just to take accountability, or to, for some of you, or to acknowledge a pattern, as you're writing it out and being like, so this person came into my life and they treated me like this and it ended like that. That person came into my life and it ended like this, or it happened like that. And as you go down and as you're able to go back and read over it, you're going to be able to clearly see a pattern of, oh, I felt something. I felt I was missing something. So I was searching for this and I found that, it's like, oh, wow. Okay. Like there's definitely something here in my mind space and the way I think about this and the way I attract people into my life that I need to heal, because or just, oh wow, just acknowledging I have been through a lot, I have overcome a lot, like wow, you know I really put in that work. Yeah, so there's this kind of visionary energy here, and it's really going to help you to rise above, right? And help you to have this pioneer energy always gives me Ace of Wands energy here, right? So it's this fiery energy of rising above and transcending convention, stiffness, and predictable behavior, right? I feel like a lot of you too here, especially if you're in the feminine energy, you're going to come into this much more kind of like open and sacred energy. And I definitely feel like this god or goddess, or you could have a combination of gods or goddesses or deities or angels or somebody working with you right now. So I'm not even gonna lie. Some of you definitely have a combination of spirits around you that are simultaneously helping you to see your empower yourself, like really come into your feminine energy, your feminine strength, overcoming this kind of like beast energy from your past, or overcoming this kind of like darkness that you're trying to get away from. Now, you might have a darkness that was mirrored inside of a person or mirrored inside of a environment, okay? That you this is giving me like a person that like physically embodied a lot of the wounding and a lot of the shadow energy that you needed to overcome, or that you needed to see through, right? And so it's giving me that, yeah, there's that Hermit energy on the back of the deck, Virgo energy, as well as Piscean energy here, and Aries energy as well. Let it resonate as it does for you. There's definitely double, confirmation for this, for Gemini energy as well. And there is I almost called them the Hierophant. There is the Emperor. And I just got the impersonation, or the impression of getting like a paper cut, which usually, which usually for me means lies, because I usually get that sensation like a paper cut on my tongue, like when somebody's telling a lie. But sorry, that was sorry if that kind of weirded some people out. You're like, oh my god, the thought of that. Yeah, I know. When it comes up, I'm just like, please don't. But it's sharp. It's giving me this sharp energy. Yeah. So I feel like you really could be trying to overcome some kind of, I'm going to be honest, like you might be overcoming some kind of father wound or some kind of wounding in your own internal masculine energy, based on the fact that it's like, it's like this very immature masculine energy from the past. And feeling trapped into choosing those people, or feeling trapped into attracting those people, or feeling trapped into, it's just kind of this energy of overcoming an energy of, I'm not here, I don't see your value, I don't see you, because this king of, the way that it's down on the table, this king of wands is facing away from this queen of pentacles, right? So this person is totally turning their back on this person. And like every single person that's being drawn here to represent this past situation here is like facing away from the value, that the obvious value that this king, or sorry, that this queen of pentacles has. You might have had a tendency in the past to choose people who wouldn't choose you. Yeah, this is that lesson. This is what we're talking about here. So that's a confirmation of the lesson here of choose people who choose you. Choose people that come towards you. Don't chase after people who turn away from you because you have a wound inside of you that you're trying to heal, right? And I think that this could easily be like some kind of a masculine abandonment wound, or this is something that for you for a long time was hidden. But this dark person, whoever this is, they're being taken out of your life. I'm going to be honest. For some of you, this is an ex. For some of you, this is a father. So for some of you, Spirit is saying that, and this might be hard for you to hear, because for some of you, you might have been trying to work towards having a healing relationship with your father, having a better, closer relationship, especially if your father was in and out of your life, or they were always working, or they just weren't absent in general, and you've been trying to heal that, especially if your dad is like, your father is still here, here, and you could have a relationship with this person, but it seems like continuously they choose to walk away from you, or they choose to not have a relationship with you. You're healing that. And Spirit is saying that if this person was ready, they would be coming into your life. So understand that if this person walks away, if this person ignores your calls, if this person, says, okay, yeah, we'll make plans, and then we'll go somewhere together, and then they bail on you, or they don't show up, or they do show up and you have a lovely time, but then you never hear from them again. Understand that this person is being pushed out of your life because in the end, this person's attitude, this person's behavior obviously has not changed, and it's just going to continue to wound you, and it's just going to continue to hurt you. And Spirit is saying, we are purposely keeping this person out of your life until they are healed enough to actually show up for you in the way that they should. So Spirit is saying that understand that it is some type of blessing here that this person is not coming back into your life, because they would just be re-wounding you. If they were ready to show up, they would. If they were healed enough to fess up, to take accountability for their past actions and be a parent to you now, they would be. And I know that can be very hard to hear, and it can be very, kind of disheartening. And Spirit understands that, and they don't want you to feel that way, but they just want you to know that if this person is not in your life, it is because in the end, now at this stage in your life, it's healthier for this person not to be there. And for some of you, this could be about your own personal children, right? You could be, what is the point in now? Don't confuse this with this person needed to take accountability, especially if we're talking about you having a child who has an absentee father. Don't confuse that with the fact that this person should be financially assisting you and financially helping you. They definitely should be doing that, right? And for some of you, they're not. But for some of you, there is this whole chaos that you are involving yourself in that's like calling them, texting them. Why aren't you showing up? Why aren't you showing up for your child? And I understand that it hurts and it hurts your child, but understand that if that person, right, if that father of your child is trying to be that type of father, right, don't just let them go. Let them go. Stop chasing after them. Stop blowing up their phone. If they wanted to be a father, they would be acting like a father. And I know that it can be hard, to hear that. Or I know it can be hard where you're just like, I need help. Like, I need I'm so sorry. This person doesn't want to be in your child's life. And I know it can be like, how? Like, how can they not want to love their child? How can they not want to be there for their child? They're just a shitty person. They just don't care. They're just so involved in whatever toxic situation they're involved in. They're too involved in their own wounding. They're running away from the fact that their father was never there for them and they don't know how to be a father, or blah, blah, blah. And I'm not trying to make excuses for them, because we are all asked to evolve and become better people, not only for ourselves, but for the people around us, right? We are all asked to look at our wounding inside of us and to say, no, I'm not going to pass that along, you know? But this person is not choosing to do that. And the energy of chaos of I want, or talking to your child, oh, your father's a piece of shit. I wish they'd just show up. They're going to show up. They're going to show up. No, they didn't show up. It's causing more wounding to your child than just accepting that their father is not in their life. And I know that can be hard for you, because I'm sure that it hurts you. It hurts to see your child hurt. I can only imagine. I can only imagine what it feels like to be the mom, but I know what it feels like to be the child. Or if it's the opposite, if you're the dad, if you're a single dad and the mother doesn't want to be in the child's life, or they're in and out, or they're in and out of rehab, or whatever it is. Let that person just not be in your child's life if that's what they truly want. It's their choice. Let them know that if they want to show up responsibly, taking care of themselves, that they can show up for their child. Otherwise, it is on them that they don't see their child. Because you acting like that, you being a bugaboo or whatever they want to try to call you, right, is just another excuse for them to be like, see, look how crazy your mom is. That's why I don't come into your life, because every time I come around, she wants to scream. She wants to yell. She wants to, stalk me. She wants to blow up. She wants to comment on every picture that I post on Facebook. Oh, so I see you found time to go to the barbecue, but you didn't have time to come pick up your son. That kind of energy is just, and I'm not trying to blame you, because I understand why you're doing it, right? But it is giving this person an excuse, and it is pushing this person further away. So stop chasing after them. Stop letting them come around. Stop letting them hit. Stop letting them show up at 10 o'clock at night to look in the room for 5 seconds at your child sleeping and go, wow, he's beautiful. Let me fuck. Stop. Stop fucking with this person. Stop chasing after them. They're a fucking adult. And they know, just like you do, that they have responsibilities to take care of their child. If they choose not to do it, stop chasing after them to do it. Just stop doing it. Let their choices be their choices. And unfortunately, you made a choice, right? The person that you chose to have a baby with, maybe they changed up, Maybe they were totally, I know my dad did. He he was all, oh, we'll have a beautiful family. It'll be great. Baby came. He was like, F this. So maybe that's your situation too, right? But I mean, that's simplifying the situation with my parents. But, stop chasing after it. Now, I'm not saying that you'll be able to take that hurt away from your child, but you will create a much more stable and a much more understanding environment for your child, in the sense that you will be teaching your child the lesson that sometimes people do you dirty. Sometimes they go out of your life, but you know what? Don't chase after them. Let them go if they want to go. Let them leave if they want to leave. You're okay. We'll make it without them. And for some of you, now again, at the end of the day, this is your life. It's your choice, right? But choosing peace for yourself, choosing as much peace as you can out of the situation is a really big lesson for you. And right now I'm hearing that Tokyo Drift song. So for maybe Japan or Japanese culture, drifting, like racing culture, to the like the city Tokyo. I mean, I'm seeing the color pink too, like a neon pink. Any of those things could resonate for you, or could be confirmation. Look at that. Yeah, this is about your choices. Do you choose to teach? Do you choose to continue passing down this generational trauma? Do you choose to overcome, or do you choose to conform to it? Do you choose to rise above it, or do you choose to learn from it and move on from it and distance yourself from it and free yourself from it and free your children from it, or free the next generation from it, and whatever type of way it is that you're passing down this legacy here? For some of you, Spirit is encouraging you to write about it. I don't know, maybe some of you are authors, or maybe some of you are bloggers, or maybe some of you create content like I do, or maybe some of you, at the very least, journal about it. Get it out. Get out how you really feel about it, right? This is so heavy. These cards feel like they weigh about 200 pounds. It's a very draining energy, this energy is. It like weighs you down. It drains you. You obsess over it. You think about it, and you're just like, why, God? Like, why? Why can't he just be there? Or why didn't they show up? Or why weren't my parents there for me? Why? It's a draining energy that Spirit is trying to help you, that's trying to tell you, put a distance between yourself and this. You keep waiting for this person to show up, or you keep waiting for this person, to be there, or to acknowledge you, or to acknowledge your worth or your value. They're not going to, because they're being one. For a lot of you, they're being blinded to it. For a lot of you, it's actually safer for this person to not be in and out of your life, or not be in and out of your child's life. And I know you might not really think that, but it is. It's actually safer for this person to be at a distance from you. It really is. Yeah, it really is. You'll find victory over this situation here, but that's why the Spirit is coming into your life, to teach you how to overcome this, right? And how to find peace and how to find serenity in your life despite these things that have happened to you. Yeah, because Spirit is saying, walk away from the chaos and the confusion. Like, walk away from the chaos and the confusion that this person, because we know who causes chaos and confusion, don't we? Hello? The devil. Fear, anger, judgment. That's the truth. Y'all come on now. Y'all come on now. Spirit is telling you that there are seeds that are being planted here for you to grow and for you to become a brand new person here. But the regrets and the fears and the sadness from your past are weighing you down. Right? And the Empress is someone who draws in, who attracts. So this is about what seeds were planted inside of you. And there is kind of almost, I'm just going to be honest, for some of you, there is this desperation for acknowledgement. And that kind of energy, it draws in people who might try to take advantage of that fact. Yeah. People who want to rush in and want to love bomb and want to do all this other BS, right? So Spirit is asking you to kind of heal this part of yourself so that you could overcome the kind of like neediness or looking outside of yourself to replenish your cup, right? So right now, Spirit is saying your number one lesson is learning how to overcome, how to forgive yourself, how to forgive other people if that's something that you're ready for, how to release and let go of all this past baggage, this darkness. And for a lot of you too, I feel like you overcame a very dark, like karmic energy here being manifested into your life into a certain person. Like I feel like you swerved that, like, whew. So congratulations. If you finally kicked that abusive person out of your life or you finally walked away, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. And I know it was hard, or if you finally were just like, F it, like if my dad or my mom or whoever, if they don't want to take care of me, if they don't want to be there for me, respectfully, get the hell out of my life then, right? Goodbye. Yeah. Because there's this kind of energy of like, I'll do what I need to do. And if I have to cut certain people out of my life, I'll cut them out of my life and I'll move on. Because there is this energy here of Three of Swords, of like holding on to some kind of Three of Swords energy here. People in your past very much so embody this energy of holding on to my pain makes me stronger. Oh, well, somebody hurt me, so I'm never going to let go of this. I'm never going to forget this. I'm never going to move on from this. And there's this kind of like pride energy behind the fact that, well, somebody hurt me, so I'm entitled to hurt you. Or my dad wasn't there for me, so I'm totally I'm just going to run away. There's this energy of clinging on to the pain from their past and passing that on. Hurt people, right? And there's this kind of energy of you breaking that cycle, right? And understanding you don't have to hold on to that pain. And you damn sure don't have to pass it on to your kids or pass it on to other people or continue to pass it or to give it on to yourself by clinging to people who remind you of the past or attracting in people who just want to take advantage of you. So there's this kind of energy here of rising above that from your past. 100%. And there is this energy of catching the vision of the person that you can be on the other side of this, right? And see yourself as God sees you. See yourself, there's this energy here of you being able to see potential in other people that you don't see in yourself, right? It's like, oh, I want to believe in the potential that this person could be a good person, so they could always heal and they could always come back in my life and we could have this beautiful relationship, or we could have this beautiful friendship, or we could have this beautiful parent child relationship, or the other way around. Like if they would just heal this, if they would just make the effort, but they're not. And there's this energy here of like Spirit being like, you see potential in everybody else but yourself. And it's time that you realize that just because you see somebody's potential doesn't mean they see it in themselves, and it doesn't mean they're going to choose to live up to that. So instead of concentrating on trying to help other people see their potential, right? Give that love to yourself. Give that healing to yourself. Fill up your own cup, right? And see your worth and understand that you are worthy of being with of also being with people who see their own potential and who are working towards that potential. Be that type of person who sees their own potential and is working towards their own potential. And there is this energy here of not being so quick to give out, to give out that love or to pour out into other people, especially when, you have a tendency, maybe you were taught that type of love. Maybe you were taught, maybe you had a person who had an empty cup around you, or you were in a relationship with a person who had an empty cup, who was always expecting you to pour from your cup, So it's like, oh, you fill up your cup and then you give half your cup or more than half your cup to me, and then we'll both just have partially empty cups. Like, no. Be with a person who has done the work. Surround yourself with people who are doing the work. Be that person who is doing the work, filling up your cup. Stop being around people who have their hands out. Stop being around people who are takers. Stop allowing those people to have access to your life, because there are some people out there who want to heal their wounds, and there's some people out there who will just live in that existence of having that wound and expecting everybody else around them to either deal with the energy or to fill up their cup. Yeah, it's just this nasty energy of having people all around you that just need and need and need, and they take and they take and they take, and they never pour back into you. Or if they do pour back into you, it's this: you'll owe me. You know, if I give you a little few drops out of my cup, I'm going to expect like a whole cup back. You know, I'm always going to expect more than I give. And there is this energy of freeing yourself from being around these types of people, recognizing this type of energy and not normalizing it, because I really feel like you were around people in your past that normalized it, that normalized that, that normalized, oh, that's just how people are, or that's just how parents are, or that's just how, my relationships go. And Spirit is saying, actually, it doesn't have to be that way. You can see your worth, and you can actually surround yourself with people who see your worth and see your value and don't want to just take from that worth and take from that value, but actually want to add to your worth and add to your value. Capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others, willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. Spirit says that they appreciate your selfishness, your selflessness, right? That it's a wonderful trait to have, but that you have been taught by a lot of people, having a lot of takers, having a lot of people who take advantage of people like that around you. You have been taught that it is your role to give. That because you do have that selfishness, because you do have that energy, you were taught by a lot of people around you that you're constantly supposed to be giving that energy. And that's not true. Yeah. Hi, my love. Hey, hey. Did you come to listen? And, yeah. Spirit saying you need to put boundaries down. You need to learn how to pull out that Queen of Swords when it's appropriate, right? And to be like, no, I can't. Period. Just no. No reasons. Just no. Can you? Will you? No. No. And I feel like when you start doing that, you are going to see those people who don't respect your boundaries. You're going to see those people who feel entitled to your time. You're going to see those people around you who feel entitled to being able to take and take and take when they don't give. You'll see those people. They will show themselves. They'll show their ass. They'll show out. They'll try to devalue you because suddenly you don't want to give to them in the way that you used to in the past. And it might be painful, but Spirit is saying this is a good opportunity. People who want to test your boundaries or people who don't respect your boundaries, they don't respect you. Why do they deserve a place in your life? Why do they deserve to be given when they don't even respect your own boundaries? When they don't even respect when you say, I can't give to you right now, I have to give to myself. What's the point of having those people in your life? What's the point in having a person in your life that when you say, I'm sorry, I don't have anything to give to you right now, they want to throw a fit, or they want to be mad, or they want to call you selfish? Why do you want me to give when I have nothing to give to you? When I'm like, oh, I'm filling up my cup right now. Well, who gives a fuck about your cup? My cup's empty and you need to give to me. I'm sorry, what? Does that person deserve a single drop out of your cup if that's how they really feel about you? No. And it might be painful to cut these people out of your life. It might be painful to recognize who people really are around you, or to recognize how much of users. And believe me, these users, they're not self-aware. A lot of them are not self-aware enough to actually be overcoming, right? A lot of them might know some of them might know how to pretend for a little bit, but the truth is always going to come out. And Spirit is saying, I am revealing the users, the abusers, the takers. I am revealing all these people in your life. Their masks are slipping off on purpose. so that you can understand that you had surrounded yourself, or you had several people around you that really didn't deserve to be in your corner, because they really weren't in your corner. And where you're going, they don't have a place. Exactly. This enlightenment is happening so that you could actually feel free. There is a lot of inner child healing work that is happening, although right now it might not feel too good. But in the end, you will feel much more free. And in the end, you will attract people into your life who see your value, who see their own value, and who's adding value to that. Yeah, exactly. You're gonna have in the future, you will have suitors that bring you peace, not that bring you rejection, right? You will have people that come into your life and bring and add value into your life. You know, they're not going to be people that come into your life with their hand held out because they know how to fill up their own cup, right? Yeah. And Spirit saying a lot of these people, some of you have already been overcoming this energy and breaking your energetic cords with these people and with these karmic energies and things. Spirit has been helping you through this. I feel like a lot of you also have been breaking out of the kind of paradigms in your minds, how you were, how you were socialized, or how you were made to think that this was normal, the normalizing of this toxicity, you know? Yeah. Everybody in my family acts this way, or everybody in my family is this way, so that's just normal. No. It might be the usual, but that doesn't mean that it's normal. That doesn't mean that it's healthy. That doesn't mean that it's appropriate. Hello? So if you've been feeling tired, just know that it's because you're overcoming this. If you've been feeling, be aware of the draining energies that you have around you in your life, and know how to, kick certain people out of your life. Yeah. For some of you too, like, these people were trying to manifest some kind of like competition between you and them, or like these people liked for you to fight them, or they liked for you to go back and forth. They liked for you to remain in confusion. Like, why is this person doing this? Why wouldn't they show up for me? Why aren't they there for me? They like you being more confused. They like you not seeing your worth. They like you questioning your worth because they question theirs. They like you being confused because they're confused. So understand that if anybody is constantly bringing some kind of confusion and chaos, and for some of you, Spirit is going to be enlightening you to the fact that you weren't even aware of some of the ways, because you had been so normalized to it, you weren't even aware of some of the ways that people were bringing chaos and confusion into your life. Right? But Spirit is showing you. They're waking you up. And it might seem like, oh, why is all this stuff coming up? Why are all these people betraying me? Or why is this happening? Like, why? And Spirit's like, I'm telling you why. Because these people don't serve you. Because they're takers. Because they're abusers. Because they're neglectors. Because they really don't deserve a place in your life. And you're going to be being shown that. And it is, exactly. These people, their masks are falling off, right? This mask of how much love and how much everything you've been giving to them is going to be falling off and going to be falling away. And you're going to see who these people really are, so that you can end this situation, because you were deciding not, right? You were blocking off your intuition, or you were blocking off going inside and really seeing this for what it's really worth, and for what it really is, excuse me. And the thing about it is that these people are doing the same thing. These people are being blinded by Spirit. Because for some of them, Spirit knows their intention. For some of them, they have no intention of healing, which is why these people are being blocked out of your life. Right? And there are some people who have the possibility for healing. So Spirit's like, okay, well, we'll see what decisions that person makes, and we'll see if they're able to come back into your life or not. So that's what I have for you. Yeah. And look at this. And there's that father energy, companion father energy. I'm telling you, look, child eternal. A lot of you are doing a lot of, I said that, about a lot of healing energy around the companions, around this father, this masculine energy in your life. You're healing. You're doing a lot of inner child healing. Determined to remain young in body, mind, and spirit. Ability to see things with fresh eyes. Yeah. So again, this revelation, there's the sun energy down here, right, with the sunflowers, that sun energy. Behind these revelations, behind these things coming to light, you're going to find happiness on the other side of them. You're going to find freedom on the other side of them. And you're really actually going to find much healthier and brighter connections with people, not just romantically, but platonically as well. Okay? That are actually going to be, like I said, acknowledging your worth, acknowledging who you are, acknowledging your victories. And there's that sun energy again. I'm very proud of the work that you've been doing, collective. You know, you guys have just been killing it. You really have. So acknowledge that in yourself. Acknowledge how much work you've been doing. Allow your body to rest if it needs rest. And yeah, congratulations. Thank you guys so much for being here with me today. I really appreciate it. I hope this gave you the love, light, or clarity that you really needed. If you are interested in a private reading with me, my contact information is down below. Okay. Like the content if you liked it. Subscribe and join the tribe. What is that? Come here. Subscribe and join the tribe if you subscribe and join the tribe if you feel so guided to. Okay. And let me know in the comment section down below if this resonated for you. I really appreciate you guys, and I will see you lovelies in the next one. Okay, bye.